Let's get into this. Welcome to the live stream, man. I had to go live after watching that debate and the Harvey Weinstein thing. You know, I know it's not going to be very favorable on the YouTube to talk about Weinstein, but I'm going to do it anyway because it needs to be said. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Democrat debate that happened tonight, and then we're going to talk about Harvey because I think there's a lot of material there. And so I'm going to let a couple people get on. Like I always do, I want to be courteous. Let you guys get on. Check in first. Danielle, what's up? What's going on? AA Ryan. Let's see. Erica, Fox Mask. What's up? Hi. Welcome to the live stream. And for those of you who are joining right now, just know on my live streams, I like to give y'all discounts on the store. So we'll come up with a discount code once we hit about 2,000 likes, and then we'll go from there. But I'm gonna let a few of y'all jump in here, then we're gonna get into it. Jaron Pope, what's up? Let's see who else on here. Dave, what's going on? Jake, what's going on? Greg, Alexander. Let's see. Faithless Trump. I don't know who that was. And moving. Sergio, what's up, Serge? Let's see. Estevez, Sergio Estevez. You got to make sure you go follow him on the Instagram. He take a lot of our pictures, a lot of our merch pictures, a lot of the beautiful pictures y'all seen at the Trump rally was taken by Sergio. All right. I ain't got time to wait for everybody to get in here. Let me sip this and then we going straight in. All right. Let's talk about the Democratic debate. First of all, I'm going to say Bloomberg. People are sleeping on Mayor Bloomberg. When I listen to Mayor Bloomberg and I listen to Joe Biden, I think, even though Joe Biden is slurring his speech and he don't know if he's on planet Mars or on Jupiter, I do think that he sounds more moderate. I do think that he has a more forceful voice, and people can see that he will be able to stand up to Trump in a debate, not on merit, but just on voice inflection and in his stature. Mayor Bloomberg is a little dude, but he sounds reasonable at the debate, at least the part that I saw. These other people are completely clowns. Bernie Sanders is a complete clown. Praising communist leaders and dictators is not a good look. And it doesn't matter if Fidel Castro or some of these others have had some success in their death toll regime, but that's like saying Hitler had some successes, which he probably did, some things that were right. But that's beyond the point. Listen, let me explain to you about Bernie's little fiasco. Bernie Sanders supporting Fidel Castro and some of these other dictators and saying, well, there's some things that they did. It's like being in a domestic violence relationship and your husband is beating you every night, but he provides, put the lights on. He keep the lights on. But he got a good 401k. Oh, he bought me a new car, but he beating you to death. What good is it to celebrate somebody that's destroying their own people just because they did one or two things that are right? It makes no sense to me for Bernie Sanders to go down that path, but he clearly don't want to win. He wants to lose. Let's go to Pete Buttigieg. I don't think he has a chance. He sounds good. He has his talking points together, but he's too young. Nobody's going to vote for him to run against President Trump. He will get walked. Who else is in this? Klobuchar, she don't have a chance. So I think the two leaders out of this will be Bloomberg and Biden, because you have to go off of who has the best chance of running against President Trump. And these other clowns are not going to have a chance. Nobody wants the taxes being raised. Nobody wants socialism, and nobody wants the extremes. You're not going to be able to beat Trump going to the far extreme. And when I say far extreme is when you say you're going to give illegal aliens free health care. That's the far extreme. When you want to spend $60-something trillion, $90 trillion on the Green New Deal, that's the far extreme. When you want to say we're going to pull all of our troops out of the Middle East, we have nobody in the Middle East. That is extreme. And people like Bloomberg get it, and so they stay in the middle. Because the only way you're going to beat President Trump is if you get people who are moderate, independents, and also Republicans to vote for you. Republicans and independents and moderate people are not going to vote for socialism. It's not going to happen. I'm just telling you, this is not going to happen. With your 401k doing well, with economic growth going the way it is, nobody's going to vote to overturn that. For what? For people who were too irresponsible when they decide to go into debt when they went to college and they somehow can't pay it back like everybody has done historically. I mean, think about the people who have paid off their student loan debt. Do they get a credit? What about the people who have saved for their children to go to school? Do they get a credit? No. If you're irresponsible enough to throw all your money into school that's not going to benefit you, if you're making a poor investment in your education, then somehow the government is going to bail you out, but not bail out people that are doing it the smart way. People that are working 2 jobs to pay themselves through college. Okay. Now, let me add this one part. Toast to y'all for coming on at such a last notice. And make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. We got 700 people watching. We should have 700 likes. Easy. And why do I say hit the like button? Is because when you like the video, it gets more traction. It gets bigger and bigger. And I told y'all, I'm going to give a discount code once it get to 2,000 likes. If we never get there, then hey. But if y'all hit the like button, I'm sure we'll be able to get there easily. And let me say this. What's up to Maurice? What up, man? Let me say this, man. I cannot live in a world that the Democratic Party see. I can't live in that world. That world is gloomy. That world is rooted in falsehoods. That world is not reasonable. I don't get how everything has to be racial injustice and black and brown people are discriminated against. And there's this, it's like they want people to live with the glass half empty instead of living with the glass half full. If you know what I mean. Even in a predicament that is similar, the Democratic ticket is telling you how the world is bad for you and how everybody's against you instead of telling you how do you grow out of the situation that you're currently in. That's a huge difference between Democrat and Republican, man. I'm telling you. Y'all make sure I hit the like button. Let me get one of these super chats real quick, and then we're going to keep rolling. Let's see. Clicking on it, it's not doing anything. Let me see if I can go back and find that super chat real quick. Okay. I don't know why it won't let me click on it. Gail Drake, thanks so much for the super chat. Is Oprah and Gayle King going to do a documentary surviving Weinstein? Just saying. You know they ain't gonna do that. They'll beat their own up. They ain't gonna do it to Mr. Weinstein. And we're gonna talk about him here in a second. The writer Walker, thanks so much for the super chat. I can't live in an America that the Democrats see or that they project. I don't believe that there is this systematic oppression of black people in America. A lot of the problems that are happening to people in America in these inner cities is decision making. I've lived through it. It's decision making. If you make poor decisions, you're going to get poor results. How do people come out of poverty? They make better decisions than their parents did. Now, I know it's not easy. It's easier said than done, but it's something that should be taught and something that should be implemented. You should tell people and teach people how to make better decisions, not give them a handout. Because if you give a person a handout, they're going to still make poor decisions with the handout you just gave them. I don't understand the logic in this stuff. The criminal justice system is broken. Okay, if that's the case, the criminal justice system has been broken for a very long time, for at least 2 or 3 generations. Now, if the criminal justice system is broken, it's not going to be fixed. So how do you not be a participant in the criminal justice system? That should be what we're preaching and teaching our young people. How do you not get involved in the criminal justice system? The easiest way to do it is do not commit crimes. How do you not commit crimes? You teach young people to be entrepreneurs. You teach young people, instead of you selling marijuana, which you're good at sales, you're good at networking, won't you do that in a legal sense? How can we help you be a legal hustler? Because a lot of young people in the hood, especially where I grew up at, they hustling, they're smart, they're educated, but they want it easy. They want it right now. And they don't care about going to jail. That's to me, that's cultural. That's not racial implicit bias in our criminal justice system. I have lived and worked in poor black areas, and I have lived and worked in poor white areas. And the difference between the two comes down to culture. Now, there's a culture of being poor in this country, which is inevitable. It's a culture of being poor. People know it. It don't matter what your color is. There's a flatline culture of people being poor. Now, there's a subculture underneath the poorness that either drive people to more violence and more poverty or not. And I have noticed in primarily black and Hispanic communities, you have cultures of gang violence. You have cultures of drug dealing and stuff that you don't see proliferated as much in some of the poorer, all white areas. The trailer park and the projects have similar circumstances, but you don't see gang violence in trailer parks like you do in the projects. I mean, a blind man can see that. So anyway, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. We get to 2,000 likes, I'm going to give a discount code on the store. Trust me, it will be more than 10%. So Brian, thanks so much for the super chat. Get him, beat Tatum. Love what you do, sir. Hey, I appreciate it, Brian. I appreciate the support. Thank you for the super chat. Now, I'm going to say a little bit more about the election and Democrats, and then I'm going to jump on to somebody said they got 2 MAGA hats arrived today. I agree. Now, let's talk about this for a minute. Thank you for a purchase on our hat. We got, 1,000 people have gotten our hat, our products, and they love it. All you got to do is go on the website, the Officer Tatum store, and you'll see all of the, at the bottom of the website, you'll see all of the social proof. People who 5-star reviews on our store on all of our items. We probably got, 5 1-star, 2-star, because people have their own opinions about certain things. But the majority of our are all 5 stars. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of 5 stars. And we just started for people to be able to do reviews, I think like a month ago. Anyway, back to the story at hand. The Democrats have nothing to offer the everyday American. They pander to black folks who are poor. They don't pander to black people who are successful, which most black people are not under poverty. Most black people are not impoverished. They're not poor. Most black people are in the middle class. So when they go in and saying prison reform and all of this stuff, when you're quote unquote pandering to black people, you're pandering to poor black people. And some of those poor black people are not likely to vote. So all of your pandering is going in vain. Now, what they're hoping to do is to get the heartstrings of black people who are successful, and it gives them the illusion that they are for the black people. When they're not talking about how they're going to help black people in the middle class, they're not. They're painting a picture of black people being impoverished. They're not talking about black people like myself who are successful. And there's a lot of us who are very successful. But they're not talking about you. You don't count. They're not going to help you. They're going to tax the living daylights out of you. You are the top one of the 1% of the 1%. What about all the black entrepreneurs who are millionaires? You're smoking crack if you think there's not black entrepreneurs who are millionaires in this country. It's a ton of them. A ton of black people are in the 1% financially. So you took the 1.1% minorities. So black people who try to succeed is going to get taxed to death. Come on, man. Let's see. Dark Truth. Thanks so much for the super chat. What are the odds of Don Jr.? Okay, hold on. Man, I click on it, don't show up no more. Hold on 1 second. I got 2 of them. What are the odds of Don Jr. runs and wins in 2024? It's probably not going to happen because I think people are kind of burnt out on the Trump drama. I'm serious. They burnt out on the drama. They're not burnt out on success. So Daddy Trump was successful. Trump Jr., he may be successful. But I think the drama that comes along with a Trump dynasty, people are burnt. They're burnt out on it. So I don't know. I don't think it'll go in that direction. I would vote for Trump. I would vote for Trump Jr. I would. I'm saying with the people in general, vote for Trump Jr. Just cause. Way to go, Tatum. Like the officer story, warrant. So if y'all haven't seen my story real quick, I do some police stories, some funny police stories of things that have happened to me as a police officer. I might make a playlist about it, but I had a warrant for my arrest when I was a police officer. While I was on duty, I had a warrant for my arrest. And you got to go look at the video to find out what all happened. It was hilarious. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Visit the Officer Tatum store, theofficertatumstore.com. Visit the store. Get all the cool merch that you see me in. At 2,000 likes, we will provide a discount, more than 10% discount for everybody watching. So I hope that we get up to 2,000 likes. You got to like, subscribe to the channel, share this video so it can get some circulation. Let me get another super chat. For some reason, when I click on it, it don't open up. Let me see. I got to scroll now. Let's see. Somebody clearly want me to talk about that minimum wage thing with Bernie Sanders. So Black Conservative Patriot, thanks so much for the super chat. Good stuff, sir. I am enjoying your passion. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for the support with the super chat. I really appreciate it. Let's talk about this thing. I made a video about Bernie Sanders. I want to debunk this. Then we go into Weinstein. Trust me, we finna get into Weinstein. So, and I'm going to make a video about this separately so you can have some facts that line up. But Bernie Sanders is doing the pumping move on y'all. I don't even know what you call it, the head fake. He doing the head fake on y'all. Not y'all because y'all brilliant. I'm talking about somebody listen to another live stream. He is doing the head fake. He is doing what we call hooking people. He's taking advantage of people, lying to you about whether or not you are going to be taxed or not. I want you guys to consider these numbers, right? $15 an hour is what Bernie Sanders and other socialists are pushing for minimum wage. $15 an hour. Now, Bernie said, and he's advocated that he will not have taxes on people who make $29,000 annual salary and below. $29,000 and below. If you do the simple math, $15 an hour times 40 hours a week times 52 weeks in a year, you end up with like $31,000. So if you make $15 an hour, you are going to be taxed. So his goal is to get companies to pay you enough money to take your tax money. That's his goal. Everybody should be made a livable wage. A livable wage means that everybody in the country will be taxed at the detriment of companies. Okay. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. We're going to get to Harvey Weinstein in a minute after these two super chats. I don't know why the super chats won't pull up. Let me see. It'd probably be easier to do it on my phone. See if we can get these super chats. I got one. Paxton Johnson, thanks so much for the super chat. Go enjoy a coffee on me, man. Thanks for all you do. Trump 2020. Paxton, I appreciate it. I will. I'm going to give me a coffee first thing in the morning. Let's see. Randy, thanks so much for the super chat. I live near the Baltimore area. Someday I'm going to run into you and give you a high five. If you ever see me in public, if any of y'all ever see me in public, come up to me and say hi. Don't be shy, man. Some people see me in public and they like, oh, that's Tatum. I don't know what to say. I am a person just like anybody else. I love when people come up and say, I watch the show, I listen to you. I take a picture with anybody, anytime, anywhere. All right. Just I don't want to take a picture in the bathroom. So if you catch me in the restroom, wait till we go outside and we can take a picture out there. I don't take pictures in the restroom. All right. But anywhere else, we can snap it up. I am not a person that's not approachable. Even if I'm at dinner eating, if you want to say hi, say, hey, man, thank you. I love your videos. You know, if you stick around after I'm finished eating, we'll snap it up, take a picture. But don't be afraid to speak to me in public. So let's talk about Harvey Weinstein. Let me take a sip. Cheers. And also, I want to say this while everybody's on here. Tomorrow, we've been working with this artist, and she's impeccable. She is tremendously talented, right? Vanessa Horabuena is the artist that does these Trump paintings, and we work with her, and we do auctions, and we're going to do our next auction on Instagram, and then we're going to do one on YouTube afterwards. So we do painting auctions of Donald Trump paintings that are absolutely beautiful and brilliant. I got one back here. It's in the corner. Y'all seen it in my other videos. But paintings like that, where she hand paint oil paintings, we auction those off on our social media platforms. Last time we did it on Facebook, it was a beautiful painting. It was like the one I have, but way more detailed. And then we're going to do tomorrow, I think we're going to do the Trump, the holding the flag painting. We're going to auction it off on Instagram tomorrow. I'll let you guys know that we're auctioning on Instagram. Everybody can get on Instagram, but you have to come on Instagram to do your bid. Sometimes, depending on somebody on the YouTube, if you got a big enough bid and you like, man, I'll buy out everything the Instagram offering, we'll take your bid, we'll translate it to Instagram. But every week we're gonna do a painting, and they're beautiful, and people are getting a steal because if you get that, if you go to buy it on the website, you're gonna pay a ton of money. Y'all don't know what painting's all about. Do paintings $5,000-$6,000 a piece, but it just depends. You know, you may can get one for a good deal, or people want to run it up. Normally, when people run it up, and it's a huge, fundraising opportunity, then we donate. I personally, the portion that I have, I will donate to a nonprofit, and not all of it, obviously, but I'll donate some of it. So some of the stuff for Trump, I'll donate some of that to Trump's campaign. Donate to police campaigns or whatever. That's what I do with what we coordinate. So let me see. Let me answer a few more super chats. It's funny, I can't even see these super chats when they come up. Okay, let me do this at Harvey Weinstein. I promise. Make sure you hit the like button, the like button, the like button. When we get to 2,000 likes, I'm gonna give a discount code for the Officer Tatum store. Let me get this thing, man. I'm sorry, y'all. When I click on the things, they don't show up. So let me see. We got the 5. My boy Mario, I already see his picture in there. Randy, we got Randy. Let's go down. Let's see. I think it's Jazrick. I can't even see it. Jazrick 1. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. During Trump's second term, what needs to happen to get African-American supporters up to 40%? What needs to happen? So pretty much, in my personal opinion, it's going to have to be consistent results, right? And it's going to have to be representation. So all of the black people, and I'm not trying to be racial, y'all. Trust me, I'm not trying to be racial, but I understand how the dynamics of this world works. What's going to have to happen is that, hold on a second. Let's see, Lieutenant Pegram, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me answer these real quick. Let's see, Mario, I just dropped a dub to show some love. Catch you at the MAGA meetup this weekend. P.S. Vanessa's work is amazing. Yeah, because I saw you bidding on the last one, but it went high. It kind of went high. I ain't gonna even lie, it went high. But this weekend, the MAGA meetup. Let me clarify, Mario, if you're still watching it. Everybody, I did it. I said on the radio, we're doing a MAGA meetup. Well, what they want to do is extend the MAGA meetup to another date so that we can build it out and make it huge. So it's not going to be this weekend. They kind of canceled it this weekend. They want to make it another date to be determined. If you live in the state of Arizona or you anywhere close, we're going to have a MAGA meetup here. And it's with the Trump Victory Program. And it's going to be a meet and greet with me. I'm going to try to bring as many of the people in the Valley as I can. All of the superstars in the Valley. I want to bring everybody there. Everybody, I want you to show up. We're going to have a good time. They're going to raffle off a rifle. I'm going to see if Vanessa can do a painting there that we can raffle off, or you guys can purchase them. We're going to make it huge because they told me at the last minute, and it was going to be, I only had like a week to prepare. And we want it to be huge. We want it to be thousands of people. We want it to be so many people, we're not going to be able to fit the arena. So that's what we want to do for MAGA in Arizona. Make sure you hit the like button, the like button, the like button. Let me go up and get these super chats, and then I'm going to answer the young lady's question about what do Trump need to do. I think that was it. I think it was one more. Let's see. I think that was it. Okay. All right. We caught up. So what needs to be done by the Trump administration to get the black percentage of the vote to about 40%, to a reasonable percentage, right? A fair percentage. Because right now, black people are voting, their vote is completely irrelevant because we vote one side and they don't give us what we want. We have no leverage, power, or nothing. Because the other side don't have to pursue our vote because we don't even vote for them. And this side, if they squander our vote, it doesn't matter because they already got our vote guaranteed. So, but what Trump can do, I think, is there's going to have to be a lot more African-American people represented in the Trump campaign and also in some of these conservative movements. You have CPAC, you have the NRA, you have Turning Point USA, you have Voices for Trump, you have all these other organizations that work that's like a conservative perspective. African American people are going to have to be represented more in those organizations. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying they're intentionally not. Black people are going to have to start, Black conservatives are going to have to start coming out and getting more involved. And these organizations are going to have to be more receptive to having a diversity of people there. I'm not going to say any names, but I looked at a speaking lineup of an event just recently, and everybody's white. That's not a reflection of the conservative Republican Party. So when everybody's white, and then you go look at a Democratic thing, they have all kinds of people represented. They have Black, they're white, women, men. I mean, it's not to pander, but it's to be realistic, because there are rumors out that Republicans are racist for racist white people. I was raised to believe that the Republican Party did not support Black people. And then you look at Republican and conservative events, and all the speakers are all white people. Now, I know that the Republican Party isn't racist, but the optics are very bad. I'm just being honest. And what I want to do, because I do know people in the White House, I do know people that have Trump's ear. I don't have his ear. Maybe he'll listen to me if I make a video or something. But I think President Trump and his administration at some of these rallies need to have more Black representation at these rallies. I'm just saying, like there are conservatives who are Black who live in Arizona. There are conservatives who are, and I have to say, I should have been more forceful in saying, I want to speak on stage and open up for the president of the United States in my city, because I am a pretty popular person in Arizona. A lot of people recognize me. Over 50 people asked me for pictures and recognized me while I was at the rally. But having me there and me open up for the president would not only be great for Arizonans, because people of all color follow me, but for other Black people that are looking from afar. They see a Black man who's charismatic, who's down to earth, presenting, opening up for the president. That makes people think. I want y'all to understand that. When I saw Katrina Pearson on CNN, a Black woman, defending Trump when he was first running in 2015, 2016, it made me think, like, man, that's a Black person defending Trump. So like, how is he racist when a Black person is defending him tooth and nail? Like, I don't get it. And here's another thing too. Like, when I was a Democrat and I would see Black people that the Republican Party, you have Clarence in the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas, you have Tim Scott. When I would see people like that, when I was a Democrat, I was thinking to myself, like, let me hear what he got to say. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear what the brother got to say. Now, my adversity was that the brother sounded like he was very preppy and by the book. He wasn't very down to earth. So it kind of threw me off. But when you see more charismatic people come out, more charismatic people, you having a good time at rallies, they're playing hip hop music, and it seems like an inclusive environment. People on the outside begin to receive that. Anyway, make sure y'all hit the like button, the Officer Tatum store, the Officer Tatum store. Visit my store. Once we get the 2,000 likes, and I know we can do it, I'll give a discount code of over 10% off on the store. I want you guys to shop on the store and show support. We got a bunch of stuff that you will love. And if you want to know how other people feel who purchase from our store, go on there. You'll see all the reviews, and there is probably 99% of our reviews are 5 stars. There's a few people in there that I think at least one person accidentally put a 4 out of like the 5 4-stars. And then there's some other people that I don't know what, I ain't gonna even talk about it because they own something else. But we have to accept all of the ratings. Anyway, Reagan, thanks so much for the super chat. I couldn't watch the debate 5 seconds in, and they were talking about Russia. You know, they full of y'all know what. Y'all know what. All right, let's Weinstein. Let's go to Weinstein. Y'all been waiting 20, 30 minutes for me to talk about Weinstein. I say Weinstein. Jeffrey, I get Epstein and Harvey Weinstein mixed up. Anyway, so Weinstein. Let me tell you what I think about the whole Weinstein thing. Let me cheers. And make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. We get the 2,000 likes. I'm gonna get a discount code. And I know for a fact we got 1,000 people on here. There should be at least 1,500 more likes. Now, Harvey Weinstein. Let me tell you what I really feel about Harvey Weinstein. I don't think that Weinstein is some innocent guy, right? I think he is a old nasty, you know what? Just one of them trolly, nasty predators. That's what I think he is. There are women that he probably forced or took advantage of psychologically, right? Some of which is not a crime, but I still think it makes you a bad person. Now, I think if he forcefully raped somebody, which is not any of his charges, because he got charged with third-degree rape, and I'm going to tell you what that is, and then he got charged with sexual assault. So people get all bent out of shape because 80-some people came out and said he was sexually assaulting them. Man, listen, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that at this point. Let me tell you why, and I'll get to them. Third-degree rape is so ambiguous. I looked it up. Third-degree rape is so ambiguous. It's like, what exactly is that? There's 3 subsections to third-degree rape. The first subsection is having sexual intercourse with somebody who could not consent for reasons other than being under the age of 17. That's one. The other one is a 21-year-old having sex with somebody under 17. That's third-degree rape. And then the last one is having sex with somebody who could not consent for reasons other than being incapacitated. So it's somebody that couldn't consent that wasn't incapacitated, meaning drunk or too delirious to do it, and is having sex with somebody who couldn't consent, but that wasn't too young. So what is it then? What other ways can you not consent if you're not too young, you're not incapacitated, or you're not, drunk off your butt and you can't give consent? Like, what's the other options? Because you regret it? I don't get it. Now, I think if you coerce somebody who's of age into having sex that they never want to have with you, I guess that's considered third-degree rape. Sexual assault, we all know what sexual assault is. Now I'm gonna say this. If the man did something he shouldn't have done, go to jail. Go to jail. I think he's a dirty, nasty dude. He's a pedophile. He's a predator, right? But when you look at it for what it is, you can't wait 3 decades later to claim wrongdoing. Let me tell you something. If you are a woman and somebody does something to you and you don't tell and you don't do nothing, you are creating other victims. And I know that it's hard. And you're a man too. I know that it's hard, but you got to think about the victims that you're creating by your lack of coming out. And if you wait 3 decades and he did it to you, how many other women are going to get abused before he get caught? 3 decades later, you had 3 decades to say something, but you didn't say anything. To me, that's, you're culpable in the behaviors, or at least the victimization of other people, because you're not going to tell someone. That's like driving an Audi A7 and you driving down the road and the brakes don't work. And the brakes don't work and it crashes into a building and you almost die. And the brakes do not work on the Audi A7. You don't tell nobody about the brake situation on the Audi A7. People are getting killed. People are getting run off the road. They crash into cars. And then 3 decades later, you say, you know what? That's right. When I was driving an Audi, my brakes didn't work either. What dang? When were you going to tell everybody? Now, back to Harvey Weinstein. Let me keep it real. Why on God's green earth? And you can't use this as an excuse because these people aren't dumb. Women, in some cases, women want to be treated equally, right? Let me see. I got to focus again. Women want to be treated equally. But you can't. So if you want to be treated equally, you can't play the role of I'm dumb. I think if Beyonce, let me put this in perspective. Okay. I think if Beyonce, if I was a rap artist, put this in perspective. If I was a rap artist and I wanted to boost my career, and Beyonce, and now she's good looking. I don't know who's ugly. Rosie O'Donnell. If Rosie O'Donnell, I wanted to be on television or something, and Rosie O'Donnell told me to come to her room for an audition on the 43rd floor, and she opened the door with a robe on. Now, I have a decision to make as an adult, even as a kid or whatever, even if I'm young. I'm smart enough to know I want to go to your room, and I go to her room, she show up in a robe. Now, am I going to go in and smash, or I'm not? And if I'm in there and she started telling me, oh, can you give me a massage on my back? This will really boost your career. Either I want the boost or I don't want the boost. Now, take this into consideration. If I were to do what she wanted me to do, which could be any level of sexual act, and she boosts my career and I receive the boost, is it okay for me to then come back 30 years later and say she abused me and that's not right? No, I wanted something from her and she wanted something from me. We exchanged and I benefited from it. And now I'm mad, but I'm still receiving the benefits. Some of these women, and not all of them, some of them knew what they were doing. Everybody knew Harvey Weinstein was a complete freak. Everybody knew what Harvey Weinstein about. You know, an old, creepy, nasty looking man like Harvey Weinstein is not, you can look at him and tell he ain't about nothing. And you decide to go up to his 45th floor. First of all, how did you get his hotel room? Okay, presumably he told it to you. You go up to his hotel room to do what in the middle of the night? Do a casting? Come on, man. And you go up there, and now he wants you to do a massage. But you want to be treated equal, right? You want men and women to be equal. You're saying you're too dumb or gullible to say, I'm not massaging you. I came up for an interview. I don't need your opportunity. I'm not rubbing your back to get an opportunity. I'm out. Come on. If a man, show me a man that has done that. I want y'all to show me a man that's done that. I'll wait. There's a lot of women who are in power. There's a lot of women who are in power positions. Show me a man who goes in a room and get coerced into having sex to boost their career, and then they come out 30 years later and say that they were manipulated. Come on, man. Come on. I think people know better. And I don't like the fact that some of these women, not all, some of them are using this as an excuse. This is what happens and I'm going to make a video about this thoroughly explaining and having his attorney and the other side played out. There's a difference between being forcibly raped and somebody making a comment that you do not like. There is a major difference. And this Me Too movement stuff, they want to blur the line and have it all the same. That a woman who was victimized physically, forced entry into the house, victimized, is cheering alongside a woman who a guy said, you look beautiful today, and they didn't like that. This is what they're doing. Harvey Weinstein has some legitimate negative interactions with women to where he want to stand in front of the door and block them in and, use leverage and force to do so. Not psychological force, but physical force. That's a difference than him pressuring you or trying to holler at you and want to have sex with you. And you don't want to have sex with him. And he's just telling you he wants to. He's not making you. He's just suggesting that, hey, you want to come to my room? You want to do this? Oh, yeah, I'm sexually assaulted. Those are two different people. I'm telling y'all, man, people can't be real. Just like y'all make sure I hit the like button, We get the 2,000 likes, I'll give the promo code. If we don't hit 2,000 likes, I can't do it. So That's like R. Kelly. There were some legitimate people who were victimized by R. Kelly. And then there were people who were jumping on the bandwagon of a victimization. You're a grown 30-some-year-old woman, and you decide to move into R. Kelly's house on your own will, and you knew there was another woman there. And all of a sudden, you survive in R. Kelly. You better sit down. The little 14-year-olds, that's surviving R. Kelly. The little young people they peeing on and stuff, that's surviving R. Kelly. A grown woman who liked R. Kelly, who allowed him to fly her down to stay in his mansion with another woman, which she was cool with until she wasn't cool no more. And then she tried to tell the people that she couldn't leave. And then later in the interview, she go, and I got tired up and I just left. I thought you were locked in, you couldn't leave, but now you can leave. And you're a grown woman, but now you're being manipulated. That's not the same. These are two not the same people. Them young kids, they have a choice. They didn't have a choice. They've been manipulated physically, mentally. They're manipulated. A grown woman who's 30 years old, who can make decisions on her own, you're not being manipulated because you wanted to live with him. You wanted to have that Playboy lifestyle. You wanted it. And then when he didn't do what you wanted him to do, now he raped you. Come on, man. Is R. Kelly a bad dude? Yes. Yes, he did some stuff to some kids that he shouldn't do. He deserved to go to jail. But don't you jump in line with actual victims and think you're going to escape. Harvey Weinstein, he a dirty, nasty, old, slimy, one of them slimy. So, of course, there's women that he took advantage of. He had no business coercing people and trying to get them deals. He had no business doing that. But that's a big difference between him doing that and actually raping somebody. And they want the man to go to prison for life and Me Tooing, and 80 women come out as if they're bold and brave. Let me tell you something. If you do not look bold and heroic when you come out 35 years later. You don't look heroic. You don't look brave. I'm just keeping it 100. You don't look brave. You look cowardice. You know what I mean? You look like you should have said that 30 years ago. And now you look like the first woman that came out was the one that took all the heat. And now you coming out after she didn't took the blow. That's like this. That's like being on a SWAT team. And some of y'all know I was on a SWAT team. That's like being on a SWAT team. And you got the dude at the front and just say, I don't know, just say we're deploying on a traffic stop, or we walking up to a suspect and we got the rifle shield, somebody holding the shield, and then there's somebody else behind them. It's like the person holding the shield getting shot 8 times. And then they drop, and then you shoot the suspect after he's run out of bullets. And then you claim victory. Yeah, we were strong in that moment. We were strong. No, the dude that got shot 8 times on point, he was the one that was strong. You subsequently handling him, taking care of business. Now, I know that's not a one-on-one comparison because the SWAT team does work in teams. But you get kind of the gist of this. And anyway, I want to answer y'all questions on that. Scripture, thank you so much for the super chat. I want to answer y'all a question on this. What do y'all think about what I said about Harvey Weinstein? Because I think, man, some women were probably actually taken advantage of, but some women wanted their career to go well, and they were willing to sleep their way to the top. If you don't think that happens, you are stupid. That's how Weinsteins exist, because of willing women that are willing to do what he wanted to do. He wouldn't be able to do none of that stuff if women would tell him no, because he's not physically raping people. He manipulated them. I'll give you a spot. You want that job. You know where to go. You come to my room. You do this, you that. And the women are like, I want the job. So I'm going to go and do whatever I want. And I don't like it. It makes me feel nasty on the inside, but I did want that job. You can't go cry rape after that. Come on, man. Somebody say, let me tell you this. Another thing is that Weinstein disavowed that he did any of this stuff. If you ask me, I don't really think he raped nobody. I think he was a nasty, dirty old man that went too far. Listen to this. I'm going to see, some of y'all are like me. I was born during the day, but I wasn't born yesterday. So I know how women act. Not all women, mind you. I gotta give the disclaimer because some people, y'all not y'all because y'all perfect, but some people too dumb to understand that there's no absolute in anything. Some women, I know, I have seen, I have been pursued by some women that want access to fame. They will do whatever they need to do, whether it's on their knees or standing up, to have access to fame. There are men that will do the same thing. But it seems that more often than not, women play to their sex to get what they want. Not all, some. They play to their sexuality. Go on Instagram right now and look at all these women with millions of followers showing booty, breasts, and sexuality. The men who are showing off stuff don't got a lot of followers. The women got millions of followers. They're exploiting their sexuality. Look at strip clubs. Look at pornography. I'm just saying, money is being made by people willingly exploiting their sexuality. And people act like women are just coerced into doing this stuff. No, nobody put a gun in your head. You want to go model with your booty out for this pantyhose company, and you get 1 million followers and you busting it open on the Instagram. I'm just saying. And then people want to act like, oh no, it's not a poor woman. No. There's good women who don't need to exploit their sexuality to benefit, to be successful. There's good women who understand that I'm not going to your hotel room to further my career. And then there's women who are emotionally unstable or vulnerable that fall into the categories. Then there's the hoes. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. Then there's the ones that they know that they're going to get a spot if they sleep with you. Come on, man. And the reason I say women, because I don't know a lot of examples of men doing this, but I know that it's out there. Let me answer these super chats real quick. Let's see. Crinch, thanks so much for the super chat. In CT, Connecticut, I think, as a white woman, how do I approach going in lower class areas to engage with the residents, educating on Trump's benefits, health, or help them feel empowered, welcoming them to join the right? So I'm gonna change speeds real quick for this super chat. This is what I would do. You gotta work smarter, not harder. Make sure y'all hit the like button, because at 2,000 likes, I'm gonna give a discount code on the Officer Tatum store. Now, you gotta work smarter, not harder. If you're gonna go into inner city communities and you are wanting them to understand how they prosper under the policies of Trump and the right, and you know they hate Trump, I wouldn't necessarily lead with Trump. I would lead with policy. Did you know that this policy, do you agree with this, and this, and this? And they go, yeah. You go, well, our current administration is doing these things. You don't even have to mention the name Trump. And the reason I say that is because some people they're averse to the fact of Trump. And so you turn them off. You say Trump, they don't believe nothing else you say. And I have learned this because I speak all around the country and I debate people all around the country, is that if you throw the policy out there, then they'll say, I like that. I thought that, yeah, that's a good idea. And you could say, well, there's not one Democratic candidate who's promoting that. Our current administration has done that. So what other, you go down the list, this. Do you believe in healthcare? Would you believe that not one Democratic candidate is running on that? None of them. This is stuff that the current administration has done. And people will be like, dang, I never thought of that. So that's how you got to approach it. You can't approach it. You can't go into a place that hate Trump saying Trump. And it's the same thing about God. Like, you can't go into a place that's averse to Jesus and say, Jesus. You just have to perform and show the love of Jesus and be an example like Jesus was. And when people ask you, why do you do these things? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? And you can point them to Jesus after you have already proven the method. And then you can bring, the master of the method. After you've already proven that this administration is successful, then you can say, well, this is done by President Trump. If you know what I mean. So I think that's a pretty good response. Tyler, the Me Too movement has gone way. Let me see if I can go back. Oh, we almost 2K. Some of y'all missing out. Ellie, thanks so much for the super chat. Weinstein and the women exploiting each other. God, somebody give her a super chat. Somebody give Ellie a super chat. That's probably one of the best comments I've heard. Let's see. I agree with you. The women know what was going to happen and enter willingly. The no one said he bend them down and force them. Okay. I agree. I'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Jezik, one, thank you so much for the super chat. You're right, Tatum. The women are jumping on the bandwagon. He still needs to go to jail for being the dirty, nasty predator that like which we do not need in our society. I mean, yeah, look, you commit a crime, you need to go to jail. I don't care who you are. You could be Jesus Christ. If you commit a crime, a legitimate crime, you need to go to jail. Now Jesus was exempt because he's not living in this time. But if Jesus did something that Weinstein did, which he would never do, but hypothetically speaking, because I got to back up what I just said, that he should go to jail. So regardless, the man should go to jail if he did a crime that was wrong. But you can't go to jail for stuff you didn't do. And people can't berate your character for stuff that's not verified. You know, did you know Weinstein's movie Dogma is no longer sold or on streaming service? I'm not sure what movie that is, but I'm not surprised, man. Look, Me Too movement is a weapon. It's not giving women justice. It's a weapon. It's a weapon that women, some women, not all, I think most of the women are victims of what the women at the top are doing. If you don't like somebody, you can Me Too them. Look at what they tried to do with Trump. All of a sudden, all these women come out and say he did something to him. Look what they did to Kavanaugh. All of a sudden, women from 40 years ago coming out in Kavanaugh. All of a sudden, Weinstein. All of a sudden, this person. All of a sudden, this person. Hundreds of women here. Hundreds of women there. 50 women's here. 50 women there. Come on, man. Then they come out and they find out they lying. Some of them were lying. The ones in, let me tell y'all this. This is very unpopular, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Some of y'all have lasted. If we get the 2,000 likes, I'm going to give a discount code for the Officer Tatum store. Some of y'all been waiting around. If we hit the like button so we can get it done, so I can keep running my mouth. And I'm gonna do some Q&A. I may go longer than an hour this time because I had a lot to say. So I think I said enough about Weinstein. I think I said enough about the debate. Democrats they ain't about nothing. Weinstein, he a dirty, nasty. He probably did more than was reported. He probably getting what he deserved. I just don't like when people do the bandwagon lying stuff. I don't like when they victimize or they act like they victims and you're a willing participant in thottery. It makes me mad, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Like, there's women, and not anymore, but there's women that go in my DMs and they say inappropriate stuff. One lady sent me her breast. An old lady, she was 60-some years old. She sent me her breast, and then when I didn't respond, I saw it. I was like, "What the?" And then I didn't respond in enough time. She wrote, "Are you mad that or do you not like what you see?" And I'm like, "Lady, what do you think you're gonna get from me? You just showed me your breast, and obviously they weren't. She didn't even make sure they were impressive before she did it, but she showed me her stuff, and I'm like, that's not the way you act as a woman. What do you want from me by showing me your breast? What do you want to get from me? Like, what is it that, and I have seen this with my own eyes. I have had friends, and I call them friends loosely. We work together, coworkers, that women are in their DMs sending nudes, sexual explicit stuff. They meeting up with these dudes, and these women barely know these dudes. And I've seen the DMs just because they want to feel popular and famous. And it's an epidemic of women doing this stuff. But then when the man say, I don't really like you like that, or the man take them up on an offer and don't deliver, then they want to say he raped them. Let me give you a stat that's going to be very heartbreaking to some of y'all. And then I'm going to open up for Q&A. Let me give you a stat. While I was a police officer, I think only 3 sexual assault cases were real. Out of the 6.5 years I was a police officer, only 3 of them were real. One of my sergeants, who was a detective for 8 years, said that she had never taken a legitimate rape call ever in 8 years. And most police officers know this. Majority of the rapes that are reported are lies. People are fabricating. The problem is that people that actually something happened to them, they don't report it. But the people that want to they get caught cheating on their boyfriend, or they get drunk and they don't remember what they did, so they say somebody raped them. Somebody touched them inappropriately, and they make up a story and say it was rape. They want to be vindictive on a boyfriend or ex or somebody that one night stand them, don't want to call them back, and they cry rape. This is an epidemic, at least when I was patrolling. And some of y'all probably know it's an epidemic. And because we need to lock up women who are lying, and we need to find a way to get women who actually get assaulted to speak up. But the problem is the liars make it hard for the real ones, because nobody's going to believe the real ones because the ones lying too much. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm going to keep it 100. I went on a call. It was a meth head. She was a criminal meth. She was scratching. She was skinny. She was a complete meth head. She had claimed that her boyfriend raped her. And so I was like, I didn't believe her. Now, it doesn't matter if I believe him or not. I got to follow the evidence as a police officer. But in my mind, I was like, this is BS. But if she showed me evidence, this dude is going to jail. But I think I have a preconceived thing in my mind that this is probably BS. She but there were signs that changed my mind, because when she walked by the room, she freaked out. She was like, I don't want to go in the room. And I'm like, she's really having a real reaction to this. Then we ended up finding out that it was true. That fool went to prison for a very long time. Yes, I sent him to prison for a very long time. Now, but the reason why subconsciously I didn't really think she was serious, because of all the women who lie on a day-to-day basis in some of these situations. Not all, but a lot. Completely lying. I'll tell you a story real quick, and then I'll move on to Q&A. There was a woman who, and I wasn't on this call, but I heard the story. I heard it come out on radio, and I heard the story everybody was telling me. I may tell that story on my police stories. This girl is having sex with a guy, her roommate. Well, her boyfriend lives in the guest house. His roommate lives upstairs, second story. Boyfriend leaves. She climbs on the second story and smashing with this dude. Boyfriend come home, catch her. She's yelling, he's raping me, he's raping me, he's raping me. The boyfriend gets a knife and go to stab the guy, cut the guy's finger off. Whole finger gone. We get there. We get ready to charge this guy with rape and everything. She finally confessed that it was all a lie and that she just got caught cheating, so she made it up. And that's like typical what police officers see from people reporting these rapes and sexual assaults and all this other stuff. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And I really wish that if we would be honest, we could fix things. Let me do this real quick. Danielle, thanks so much for the super chat. Nowadays, regret sex is a crime. I'm scared for my son. It's true, man. It's true. It's true. One of the reasons why, even as a youngster, I wasn't as promiscuous, because it was a going thing that you didn't want nobody to say you raped them. Like, I had a person that was on my football team, JT. I'm not going to say his full name because I don't know if you could probably look him up. A softball player said that he raped her, and everybody was friends. Nobody knows why she said that. She claimed that he raped her. He lost his scholarship. He got kicked out of school indefinitely. She was able to live her life. They went to court. He was found innocent. Where do you think that article went? It went to the back of the newspaper. When he was being accused, it was at the front of the newspaper. He was an NFL potential star. He got kicked off the team. He got kicked out of school. She kept her scholarship. She kept going to school. And even when she was found that she lied and he was innocent, she kept going to school and she finished with her head down, but she finished. He lost everything. She lost nothing and she lied. Anyway, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. As soon as we get to 2K, I'm going to give you a discount code. I want to give it to you before Korean fall asleep in there. Let's see what else we got. Let me do some Q&A because I talk about doing Q&A and give Q&A. If you want to ask me a question, you can ask it now or forever hold your peace. Ask the question through Super Chat. You hit the little dollar sign there if you like to do that. If not, ask me a question, put some emojis around it so I can see that it is a question and not just a comment. We get the 2,000 likes, I'll give you a discount code. We're at 1.8. We're almost there. Y'all took longer tonight, man. Other nights, they be on it, man. I don't know. Y'all sleep behind the wheel. That Democratic debate and got you. No, I'm just playing. All right, so say, I just want Roger Stone to get pardoned. I'm sick of the Democrats' double standard. I think Roger Stone should be pardoned. Hey, let me say this. Roger Stone did do something really stupid that I thought was dumb when he threatened that judge. I think he threatened the judge or something. I was reading him. I read what he said to him. He tweeted and then he had to delete it. I thought that was the dumbest thing anybody could have ever done. Like, I almost think he should pardon him everything except that charge. Flynn, General Flynn, somebody else that's charged that he should get their record because the Democrats played a dirty game. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Y'all got to put emojis. Why did you leave the force? I've said it 100 times, so I'm not going to say it again. And no disrespect, but I have a video that I made specifically telling why I left the police department. So if you want to go Jubilee and you want to go to that video, it's a couple videos back. It's on my playlist of recent uploads. If you go back 6-7 videos, you will see I made a video about why I left the police department. So it'll give you a more thorough explanation instead of me trying to cram it in right now. Let's see. Who's your least favorite Democrat? I don't know. That's a good question. There's a whole bunch of them. I think Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren. Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are two of my least favorite Democrats. I think they are neck and neck because they're so fake. They're so fake. But you got Maxine Waters, you got Sheila Jackson Lee, you got all of these people. So it's very hard. That's a great question. It's hard. They all suck to me, man. I can't pick one of them, unfortunately. Excitable 101, thanks so much for helping out. We almost had 2,000 likes. We hit the 2,000 likes. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Somebody say, are you going to CPAC? No, I'm not going to CPAC. I hate to say it, man, but I refuse to pay that much money to go to CPAC. The only way I would go to CPAC and pay for it like that is if I set up a booth and I was able to benefit from it, make money from it. And the reason I say that is because I've met probably everybody at CPAC, and I don't need to pay $3,000 to meet everybody again. I'm just saying, it's just me. If it's your first time going, I think you should definitely contribute to CPAC. But I spoke at CPAC last year. This year they haven't called me to speak. If they did, I'll go. If not, I just can't see myself paying all that money to go to CPAC. Me personally, I just can't see myself paying all that money. Let's see. Who would drop out next? I think it'll be Tim Steyer. He'll drop out next. What do you think about Bernie Sanders praising Castro? Bernie Sanders is a nut. I think that hurt him tremendously in the campaign by praising Castro, doubling down on it. That's like praising Hitler and saying, well, Hitler did some stuff right. It's not the same comparison, but it's very similar. They both were dictators that harmed a lot of people. Bernie Sanders, Pete, are my least favorite, socialist, anti-Christian. Man, they all anti-Christian. Brandon, talk about coronavirus. Let me say this. No American has died nobody has died in the United States of America from coronavirus. I am very worried and suspicious about what exactly is the coronavirus. You see people out there dying by the thousands. I think that it's a virus, and this is my hypothesis. It's not even rooted in any legitimate facts. It's just my thought process. I think that the Chinese government intentionally targeted their own citizens, and they targeted them by a DNA strand type virus that only affects certain people. And the people who were intended to affect have affected them tremendously, and they are dying on the spot. And I think the residual of that has affected some people around the world, but they're not dying. And I think it's because it's like a DNA stranded viral attack, and they're attempting it on their own people. And I think some of it probably have to do with population control and the such. That's my opinion. It could totally not be nothing at all. That's because it's something bigger than what they saying, man. It's something bigger than what they saying. They doing a whole bunch of stuff. People have gotten a strain of coronavirus here, and not one person has lost their lives. You got thousands of people have lost their lives over there. You got them doing all kind of stuff, throwing people in vans and buildings catching on fire. They locking people in the. It's outrageous. It's something more going on. We almost to 2,000 likes. Hit the like button. We'll get a discount on the Officer Tatum store. Let's see. Were you disappointed there were no hot dogs and peanuts vendors at the debate? Let's see. What happened if a husband who outweighs his wife by 130 pounds raped his wife just to show he has power over? What happened to him if she reported it? If she lived to tell it? Well, let me tell you this for people who are wondering, because I'm a former police officer, and I think this is nationwide, and people get a huge misconception. If somebody has sexually assaulted you and your life is in danger, there's a lot of recourses that you can do. If you report being raped by your husband to the police, right? He raped you. If you are not willing to forgive him and you don't want to live with him no more, then you should report it. He will go to jail. If he don't go to jail, you can get a restraining order against him, which therefore he cannot be around you. You should get yourself a firearm to defend yourself, and you go from there. There's also women's shelters that people can go to, especially domestic violence shelters. You're not going to have a cakewalk, though. That's one thing that people expect. All of a sudden, I'm going to tell, and everything going to be peaches and cream. No, if you tell, you might have to deal with some struggle. Your husband may not actually go to jail over this, depending on the level of evidence. But you can definitely go to the domestic violence shelter. There's people that'll take you in. I'm sure you have family. There's a rare case scenario that a woman goes through all of these scenarios that you just picked out, and there's nothing available. That probably hardly ever happens. There's shelters. There's domestic violence shelters. There's also group homes. And there are family members whom you should confide in. All the people at your wedding, all the people that were your groomsmaids and all this stuff, bridesmaids, and you can't call not one of them because you're getting raped. I mean, that's very rare. So if all the ducks align, you just a one and done. You're a one and done. I don't know how people are going to help you if all the stars align to where you have no help and nothing works out. For 99.99% of people in America, they just have to make a decision that it may be hard, but I got to leave you. You can't just rape me. And some people too, if you didn't want to have sex and the husband wanted to have sex, I mean, that's kind of borderline. You know what I'm saying? That's not like a stranger making you have sex. So if you are determining that is rape, then you need to take proper measures. If that's something that you didn't like that your husband did, then you guys can just talk about it. You know, if he was thinking that you wanted it this way and you didn't want it that way, and he felt like he needed to be a little more rough with you and you may like it because he's been watching too many reality shows, that's different than if you legitimately know your husband and you know that he forced you into sex. But like I say, I think a marriage situation is much different than a person that don't even know the other person and doing that to him. Anyway, we hit 2,000 likes. Let me get you the discount code. Let me see. I'm sorry if I missed your stuff, man. Y'all, it's not any easy, a good, logical way to do this. So, all right. Baby. She probably sleep. Anyway, I gotta make y'all a discount code. So I gotta do it on my own. Let me see. Let me answer a few super chats, and I promise you, I'm gonna get it to you. If you ever played Metal Gear Solid, you just described Fox Die. Look it up after your stream, bro. I played Metal Gear Solid. I used to play that when I was younger. I used to play it all the time. I used to love Metal Gear Solid. Fox Die. I got let's see. Due South, thanks so much for the super chat. You think we will take back the House and Senate? I think we can, but I don't know if we will. I hope that we will. We have to turn out and vote. I think people get complacency. They get complacent, and they don't go out and vote, and they whatever. We got to get out and vote. That's how we're going to take back the House. We can, because I think people are sick of these Democrats. Cocked Hammer 72, thanks so much for the super chat. Even so, that is even more scary, because if they can target specific DNA, I think they're trying it on their people, because they're gonna try it on us next. I'm telling you. So they're gonna try it on their people in Wuhan, which is what they did. How did it have an outbreak in Wuhan and all the other places it could have in Wuhan? And I feel like they targeted a DNA strand population, and they tried and they see it works. And they see that the people that they targeted are dying rapidly. And then people that are not targeted live. They just get sick. And I believe that that's the same thing that they're doing. And they're going to try to do it to America. They're going to have a strand that they release in America that's going to make Americans sick, but their people are not going to get sick. It's like mass extermination. I think I could be totally wrong. Anyway. Would you put pro-life merch on your store? We do have pro-life merch on our store. I have to get a designer to make more cool merch. We have pro-life merch on our store. We could do more. I need to do more. Right now, me and Corinne are only ones designing the stuff on our store. We're gonna have to get somebody who's a designer that can bring some of our visions to life, because I don't know how to do graphic design. And it's complicated to make it look good where people want to buy it. You don't want just something you just put here, put there, and copy and paste it. And it's not good enough. Would you make wine merch? I don't know if you're saying merch with wine on it. I might. We're thinking of expanding the store and trying to build it out. So there's a lot of possibilities there. Let me get you guys a discount code. Now, I got to do it on my phone right here, because I think Corinne fell asleep in there. She sleep behind the wheel. All right. Once I give this discount code, there should be at least 1,000 people visit the store. At least. 1 second. Let me do it. So, what should our discount code be, ladies and gentlemen and ladies? What should our discount code be? Y'all let me know. I want to know. Let's see. Wait, so you think China is going to use it against us? Yes, I think they will. I think that's their plan. They're going to use it against us. Let me see. What should our discount code be, ladies and gentlemen and ladies? B. Tatum, make an Acts 238 shirt. I got one. I got an Acts 238 shirt. I've been waiting to launch it because I didn't really know. But if I launch an Acts 238 shirt, you better get it. I could make it available tomorrow. I have it already written out. I have a whole Christian line, and I've been waiting to do it. I got an Acts 238 shirt, so because y'all know I'm an Acts 238 guy. Some of y'all don't know what that is. I don't know. We win. Let's see. Wine. Tatum. MAGA. Tatum. I think I already used Tatum. I can't use Tatum anymore. Sloppy Joe. Trump 2020. Justice. China be tripping. Wine. Wino. All right, I think we got a winner. We're in the chicken dinner. So I'm going to give a discount code for everybody that's on right now. Make sure you go on the Officer Tatum store, and use this code. Let me make it real quick. Let's see. I should at least see 1,000 people visit the store. And like I tell people all the time, Go on the store, even if you don't buy nothing, go onto the store and just check it out. Just browse the store. That'll make me very happy. That's a good way to support it, even if you don't buy anything. Let's see. Okay. Done. So I want to see y'all go. All right, discount code 3, 2, 1. I chose wine. All right, so go on, put wine into the discount code on the Officer Tatum store. The Officer Tatum store. Put wine. It's in the description section if you miss out on it. Taiwan, thanks so much for the super chat. If you put discount code WINE, WINE, into the discount code, you'll get more than 10% off on our store. So go right now. There's 900 plus people watching. I expect 900 to 1,000 people to show up in the visitor category of the store. Please do that for me. I know y'all support me. Y'all like watching my videos. You don't have to buy nothing. I would like for you to buy something, but just go and just click on and visit the store. That'll just make me feel good. I work tirelessly to build that store out. Me and Korean design stuff on the store. So go right now to the Officer Tatum store. Go shopping like you're crazy. Discount code WINE. Discount code WINE. I'll see you on the next one. I love you guys. I'm out. Not yet. We got another super chat. Darius, I got to make sure I saw it when I was getting out of here. Let me answer Darius real quick. Darius, thanks so much for another super chat. I think they want to use it against Trump, but some idiots released it early than they planned. Now we got a chance to find a cure and vaccine. I don't know about the vaccine, but I do think we can find a cure for it. I think we already have a cure for it. It's just it's an extreme case of a cold, I think. That's why nobody has died in the United States of America. But anyway, go to the Officer Tatum store, put wine in. Even if you don't buy nothing, just go visit the store. Just go on. Even if you click on the website, look, browse it, and get off. That'll mean a lot to me. I can see how many people are actively on our store. So at least 900 people should be on the store. That'll make me feel good. I'm going to screenshot it, and then I'm going to post about it. So please, y'all, do me a favor, jump on there, buy something, get a discount. I love y'all. Oh, and make sure you sign up for the rewards program because you get points that'll lead you to getting discounts in your next purchase. We got a person that got 30% off because they just used the points. You get points for liking the channel. You get points for sharing stuff. You get points for doing reviews. Eventually, your stuff will be down there free. All right. I love y'all. See y'all. I'm out.